they should have something held over their heads. They are.
No, I'm saying they are.
Wrong.
I'm saying they are. They're doing something wrong, and that's why. Yeah, I'm saying they. So from that clip, I was like really tiny afraid when you said entrapment. I'm like, hold up, pump the brakes. Oh yeah, but what I mean by entrapment is like so. They did the wrong thing, right? Like Epstein has this like pleasure island. These fucking assholes do something wrong that they shouldn't do anyway. Right. But to get them out of that hole, now you have power over them. Now he's gonna try to have international favors. I get that part. Yes, that makes sense. Hung up by the short curlies. Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. They shouldn't be absolved. They're still guilty, but that makes a lot more sense than them just like Tom Hanks just going to the island to fuck some. You know what I mean? It makes a lot more sense than the narrative we're given.
But this also begs the question: Who was Ghislaine Maxwell?
She was a partner, a pimp.
No, I mean we know that part. I'm saying that if we don't know, she had to have known that, or maybe she didn't. I mean that's a little coincidental considering her father was a Mossad agent. That's
that is, but also that's why they moved her recently, and they're also talking about partying her, right? So it makes even more sense.
But that has to do more with well, I don't know. I'm not gonna speculate upon that because I don't know. But I think that has more to do with because there would be no need to free her simply on the basis of that, because that would have been if it was that important, she wouldn't have even been convicted. I think that the more interesting thing is. I think what you're alluding to is more of what he is trying to keep her from saying.
Yes. Oh, but Trump said she was a very fine person.
Well,
we're not saying that at all.
She can't exonerate. No, that's what he said. She said he's right. She's right. But I'm saying that's not going to. She and I've said this before. She can't exonerate him.
No.
She doesn't have the credentials, and she doesn't have. She may have all she can do is incriminate him. Because if he frees her, then it looks like he's trying to do so to protect himself. And if he doesn't, then she will. He's not? Well, then and then if he doesn't, well, no, I completely think he is. I'm just saying if he doesn't do that, then it pisses her and her lawyers off, and she tries to leverage what she does know against him in some way.
Yes, and also she could have a bigger bag than he has in this situation. If they were playing a long con. A Mossad-driven thing, she might have more information that Trump has. So
she might have more information on Trump than anybody thinks she does.
So all he can do is exonerate her. It doesn't exonerate him, but it protects him against her releasing all of the other information obtained.
That is true.
That's a canary.
It's chess.
Yeah.
Well, here's the third question. Why wouldn't she do that from inception? She could have did that last term.
If it was pre-planned.
But that's like you said earlier. Epstein already is dead. So now she had, and her...
Yeah, but that doesn't mean she has to do 20 years. So she could have said,
listen, release me. Her from Mossad ties, though.
But it also...
Yeah,
Go ahead, Joe.
But it does allow her to fortify a position of a second person.
But why? But I'm saying she could have had her lawyers do that from inception. Why sit in jail for this amount of time? At all. I would have done that common sense says to do that from inception. Like, you're not going to hold me because this is what I know.
Right, but think about it. She accepted.
The problem was with Jeffrey. First of all, Jeffrey had told her that he wasn't going to implicate her. So when Jeffrey got arrested, Jeffrey, like I know this fool.
I was like, what do you know, Mama?
He wasn't going to implicate her. So when he ended up dying, you remember she went on the run because she knew her ass was next, right? And she didn't have the protection because she thought that he was going to be able to get a deal like the other deal he got in Florida. So she was like, oh, he ain't going to tell on me and implicate me. But that wasn't going to work either because the girls are telling you that she's the one who what's the word? Who groomed them or recruited them. So I don't know what the fuck the plan was. I think they thought...
I'll tell you. Right.
Wait, can I finish my thought? Sorry. I think it was, in my brain, because I've been trying to figure this out for a long time, and we've been going over this shit forever. I think it was Remember what happened in Florida? Nothing like that has ever happened in life. For you to be convicted of molesting children and all of a sudden you go to jail for 2 hours a day and then you go home at night. That shit like that doesn't happen. So I guess they concocted in their head because they know so many powerful people that they were going to be able to, manipulate the justice system. And when that didn't happen, she ran because she knew that she was going to end up taking the fall. So then once she went to court, that's what's confusing me. She didn't say a thing, maybe hoping again that if she stays silent, that the people who could pull the strings would pull the strings because she stays silent. So I would have been singing like a fucking canary.
That's my point, Lisa.
Yeah, I would have been like, okay, let me tell you guys what's going on. Because first of all, I would make a deal with the prosecutor that I would give up Trump and every other fucking person that I know was at that island with them girls. I'd be giving them up. I said I need to get a sweetheart deal, and I'll give you the biggest names you ever thought you would ever could imagine. That's how I would have started my whole thing up. But I don't know why she didn't. She's still not telling us why she didn't. But she's taking pieces of her journal, 2 pages a day, 3, 4 pages a day for the, I don't know how they're interviewing fucking inmates. Maybe they're getting on their visitors list and going there and talking to them. So,
In the minimum security, you can.
That is easy, to get on somebody's visitors list in the prison and pay them or put money on their fucking books and go and visit them once a week and say, so what's Justine looking like? What is she doing? She's still carrying around that diary? You know what I'm saying? That is very easy. So what do you guys think? Go ahead, sir. You said you solved it.
I solved it. No, I just want to say, as a devil's advocate, which is my name, and to Quinn's point, that Giselle's family members are Mossad. Mossad is the equivalent of MI6 in the CIA. Giselle only took charges for physical violations of law, not any sort of RICO or conspiracies, right? She trafficked women across straight lines. She sex abuse, child grooming. She took those charges. That's what she got hit for. It seems perfectly reasonable to me that she has a lot more information and has been placed there to potentially take those charges, to wait for a situation like is happening now, where her information is now more valuable than the punishment she would receive for those charges.
But why wait, though? If I've got that kind of information available to me, I'm not going to spend one fucking day in jail.
Yes, because you're not Mossad, right? It doesn't matter to her.
She's not Mossad either.
Well, how do you know? Right, so it could be the plan, right? That
you're Mossad. I'm sorry, I'm just asking a question. If she's Mossad, what is the benefit of me sitting? What's the benefit of me sitting in jail for? How long has she been there?
Oh,
8 years?
Oh, 8? Oh, damn.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, maybe not that
but
long.
you guys talked about how easy it was for her to move information. The benefit for Mossad is to dematerialize America, right? So or to identify positions of power or positions of leverage against American counterparts. It could be that, okay, you're going to go to jail, you're going to take these hits, you're going to give us the information secretly while you're in jail about all of the actual players. But while you're in jail, and you're going to take that sentence because it appears that you aren't undercover because you took that sentence. Because if you would have said, I got so much information on day one, everyone would know that you were part of a...
Yeah, but she doesn't have to be. Here's where your theory falls apart.
No, you just said, you played that person's clip that said that she is an agent of another country.
No, she was talking about Epstein. She wasn't talking about...
Sure, it's scary.
I'm only asking the question. So I'm asking the question, this is where your theory falls apart. If she is what you think she is, well, first of all, let's be clear. I don't have to be that to have this information. She doesn't have to be in a secret organization or agency to have this information. She was around. She could have simply been his girl and his bag man or bag lady for all we know.
Right.
So she didn't have to be part of a secret organization or a covert organization in order to possess this information. She could literally have just used the information to do that without revealing who she was. She could have simply done that and not spent a day in jail. Why does that make sense? Because she ran, dude.
Well, the thing about it is, there are people that walk into places,
No, I see your
drop
point.
down with
I see your point.
explosives and kill themselves on purpose. You think a little jail time is going to matter to somebody that believes in the cause that they're dealing with?
But I'm saying she got 20 years. She was getting, and it's not like she was sitting in a low.
I'll tell you right now, she's not going to.
And now
She
she's
might sit in
being fed.
for the last 5 years, she's been in a prison.
I'll tell you right now, before I'm going to call it right now, before Trump leaves office, Giselle's either going to be dead or free. I'm going to put that claim right now. She's either going to be dead or free before Trump leaves office.
She's gonna be free then killed.
She's been there since July 2020, Lisa.
She ain't gonna die in prison.
I'm calling it though.
I said that like 6 months ago.
She was arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was arrested July 2020, Lisa. She's been there for 5 years and 2 months.
Oh yeah, because she didn't get released. Yeah, that's true. Okay.
But I agree with you, Quinn.
I just don't understand why, if she's all of these things, I'm not going to spend a day in jail.
Yeah.
There's
Well, you have a higher belief. You have a higher belief.
And you know, and they keep saying, and I don't know how people could be so. I do understand, but they keep saying there's no list. She is the list.
She is the list.
She is the list.
Yes.
You don't need to have it written down. And I know she probably did at some point probably write it down, because I know I would have. I'd go home every day and go, this motherfucker here was there. And can you believe this was there and that was there? And maybe that list no longer exists, or that little book no longer exists, because she looks like a person that writes shit down. She's writing shit down now in jail. She's keeping a diary in jail. So this is something new to her. She just started keeping diaries. She was doing that, and she had a list. All madams have lists. It's crazy.
Yeah, they don't write down names.
Arya in Game of Thrones every night before she lay down, she'd do her list.
Come on. Yeah, right, Ramona? Come on.
Yeah.
I would too, because I want to have the dates right. If I don't do the names, I would have did something in there, whatever, initials, whatever the case may be, because she knows these people. But as far as the list, she is the list. She knows exactly who came in and out of his apartment on the Upper East Side. She knows exactly who was it Arizona or Nevada that they had that other house, and she knows everybody who came to the island. She is the list. So I'm just saying, you're right. Something might happen to her. She might get some of these diseases, or if Kennedy is trying to bring back, she might all of a sudden get polio, some shit like that. Who knows?
She's gonna move to Florida prison and get polio.
Yeah, because all that shit coming back, that's a good way to get rid of her. You see how they got rid of Jasmine? They created this, let's draw some new lines. They didn't just officially, have her wiped out or anything. They just redrew her whole district from underneath her. There's all kind of shit.
Yeah.
That's being fun. But yeah, I take your point. But I'm saying that that if she is who, I'm just giving hypotheticals. If she is that person, then staying in jail, unless there is a really solid reason, there's no reason for her to stay in jail. And it's clear that she didn't want to do that because she fled. They had to go and get her.
Yeah.
And also, they killed Epstein, right? So if she was as much of a threat or more than Epstein, they would have just done the same thing.
That is correct.
I see. I hear you.
Unless
she's Mossad, she has a backup.
Yeah,
if you do this to me, this information will get out. If you do this to me, this information will be released.
Yeah, but that's also a possibility too.
Yeah, she could have told them to the prosecutors. She's like, I got something somewhere that somebody has, and anything happened to me, let them know. Go back and tell them, because Trump's attorney is now working for the Department of
His new attorney. His new attorney. Yeah. The other ones got arrested. But go ahead.
Well, this one, who went to go see her? That's Trump's private attorney who went to go see her.
Giuliani?
Now work, huh?
No, just kidding.
Yeah, I'm just serious. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure the word got out, and you guys know how this works. I mean, all you got to do is tell your attorney to tell the other people, and it's not the way we think it is. These people all know each other. They be having these back little, deals or whatever. You can get information to whoever you want to get information to, including the judge.
Wait a minute, who do you say? What do you say? You said somebody went to see her. What do you mean?
Trump's private attorney went to go see Gaston.
Oh, you're talking about Todd Blanche.
Okay, whoever that guy is.
And they no, just kidding.
Yeah, they probably did.
They just like
He took her off of prison grounds. He took her off prison grounds. It didn't happen there.
Yeah, she's got game too.
With him. Yeah. So anything is possible. Everything is possible.
They left the grounds?
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
You didn't see her walking back into the prison with a box, getting out of a car.
Come on. What are we obviously, does that happen if your mother-in-law fakes a bunch of checks at Walgreens and goes to jail and then gets gets talked to by lawyers? No, they don't get to leave the prison.
Yeah, they do not.
Why is it different for
president? You can.
Yeah, that's true.
So this is more evidence for my situation now, Quinn. This is more evidence for my situation.
But you don't have to be part of a secret organization to have that. She was adjacent to him, whether she's a
Why have they taken her out of prison?
Because she knows information. Again, you're not listening. She doesn't.
That's not how lawyers talk to defendants, right? They don't.
What I'm saying is, it makes more sense that
she's talking in the prison with all them people.
Right. Who's she gonna talk to?
And then not only and they took him out of the prison because did they request to talk to her without a guard? Do they know this shit is not being recorded? So Trump's attorney had to take her off grounds because she probably said, "Look here, motherfucker, you took me on. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna give him up because he didn't know what she was gonna say.
Attorney can't do that.
Her off but he did. You can, and he did.
That's my point.
Which attorney? Todd Blanche or her personal attorney?
Todd Blanche took.
Why is it different for her? That's my question. Why is it different for her? An attorney of the defendant cannot remove a prisoner from prison.
He can have it done.
No. Todd Blanche is.
He can choose to have.
Todd Blanche is a deputy AG.
So why is it different for her?
Because he didn't want her to talk where in the earshot of anybody. People said they took it. They said that they probably took.
I do know. That's what I'm saying.
I said, what skip could they probably take her to? Because listen, even saying Trump's name how do we know none of that shit? Guards are around. That was the smartest thing they could have did, was take her out of that prison and take her to some place that they've swept for bugs, that they know that's not being recorded, where she could say everything she wanted to say. She probably told him, take this back to Donald. If you don't get my motherfucking ass about this prison, I'm going to tell everything I know about your bitch ass and how you were sleeping with them kids. So now all of a sudden she got moved to a camp holiday with no fences. And now they're thinking about letting her go home for work release. I know she said something to him. I know she said, if you do not go back and tell Donnie Boy that I'm going to tell every fucking thing I know, every little girl I saw him bundle sleep with, and if he don't get me the fuck up out of here.
Well, but this is my thing. She could even make that up, Lisa. At this point, I mean, if I was going to play that card, I'm not going to sit in jail for 5 years. Listen, she was not getting low.
Sit in jail for 5 years. Yeah. Maybe she was waiting for Trump to get back in office. I don't know.
She's not actually it's prior. She went to jail in 2020.
Yeah, but there was no opportunity for her to get out because the shit was too hot. Like, if she has cards, are you saying that you don't think she has information that is beneficial to prosecution?
Listen, I'm saying that this could have been done in a way where it never made it to a news channel. If she had that card, she could have her attorneys go to his attorneys and pass this information along to him. She could have, as a matter of fact, she could have made his campaign for the presidency a fucking nightmare. She could have cost him the election.
She could have. She could.
That's a great.
If she had the information that you're alluding to, it gets her out of prison.
Well, maybe they were a liar, and because something just went wrong. Something went wrong somewhere, because for her, even like back again, I'm going in circles. For her not to say anything at her own trial. That's why I said I would have been singing like a fucking canary. It would have been better than the Diddy trial. Y'all had plenty of things. It would have been better than the Diddy trial. Then y'all be Diddy who? We watching Gasoline. She giving up all kind of big dignitaries and shit. But she didn't say nothing. So something is cooking in the background that we obviously don't know about. Why would she stay silent?
Yeah, she didn't want to get killed in prison. That's why she stayed silent.
Well, I was thinking that also.
So she knew that George Lithgow, even though he didn't like dancing, and the community said dancing is for everyone. That even though she knew that George Lithgow went to the island, she didn't want to die in prison. So she held it for when she waited for the guy that she couldn't die, got into power, and now is making a deal.
No, but I also agree. I also agree with Quinn now. Like, if she had more, like, you don't sit inside. You'll probably sit in prison for like 2 months and be like, all right, I got to do whatever I say.
No, then they kill you. If you have that much power and that much knowledge, that's what happened to Epstein. If she would have shared that in her first 5 years, they would have just killed her as an accident or a suicide.
But
they can do that easily.
But listen, Epstein went to jail in 2018. He went to jail for 12, 13 months?
That was the second time he went to jail.
That's the second time. I'm saying this is the time when he was in.
That's negotiation.
Why did he? Well, I mean, but if you have that much information against it, if he is who they're alluding to, then why not do that? Is he not versed enough to have information that would incriminate if he wasn't pardoned?
Yeah, but what are his options? Like, I can either give this information to the news and get killed because I'm still imprisoned, or I can use it to leverage a deal. And the people that I'm using to leverage a deal for are going to say, "I'll just kill you." What are his options?
But if you tell me that you're going to do that, then I'm going to have the information released. I'm going to make it certain. The same thing that you just alluded to, Ghislaine Maxwell doing.
Well, can I ask a question to you guys, since you guys are solving this right here?
I'm just wondering. That's just a question.
No,
We're hashing it out.
You guys are doing it better than I've heard thus far. Okay, so today they had the conference of these women. And they're talking about when I was 13 years old, I was taken to the island.